Come to our motivational space. What is motivation? Why motivation? Importance of motivation, better motivation, how to be motivated. Those are the topics of this motivational space. Okay, at first we are now going to define the motivation. What is motivation? An inferred process within an animal or individual that causes that organism to move towards a goal that is called the motivation. But motivation is the word derived from the word motive, which means needs, desire, wants, what drives within the individual. It is the process of stimulating people to action to accomplish the goal. In the work, goal context, the physiological factor stimulating the people's behavior can be the desire for money, second, success, third, recognition, fourth, job satisfaction, and lastly it is included as teamwork, etc. How the most function of management is to create willingness amongst the employee to perform in the best of their abilities. Therefore, the role of leader is to arouse interest in performance of employee in their job. The process of motivation consists of three stages. First is a felt need or drive. Second is a stimulus in which needs have to be aroused. And thirdly, when needs are satisfied, the satisfaction or accomplishment of goal. Therefore, we can say that motivation is a psychological phenomenon which means needs and wants of the individual have to be tackled by framing an incentive plan. So, what is the motivation? Lastly, it is said that a motive is an impulse that causes a person to act. Motivation is an internal process that makes a person move towards a goal. Motivation, like intelligence, can be directly observed. In a state, motivation can only be informed by noting a person's behavior. Okay, we can say a present example. Some people fast for a long period for political causes despite feeling extreme hunger. On the other hand, sometimes people continue being motivated even when they have satisfied internal needs. Another example can be presented here. People sometimes eat even when they don't feel hungry. So people are often motivated by external incentive as well as internal needs. So there is a cycle of motivation is seen in the graphic. Need, drive, instrumental incentive, goal and relief. But that is not a cycle, it's a path, a journey with a beginning, middle and end. A cycle is never ending like a circle. So why is motivation referred to as a cycle? Abraham Maslow was the first psychologist to study needs that drive behavior. His hierarchy of needs is designed like a triangle, with the greatest needs as the bottom taking the most room in the personal life and the hardest to reach goal at the top. So stage, needs, drive, incentive and goal. Let's look at each part of the cycle more closely. At first we are going to discuss the need. When we need something, it means we are not in harmony with ourselves. Some things is not quite right. We have an innate sense of rightness, feeling balanced, when there is discord in ourselves, like hunger, fear, or want. We attempt to bring our system back into the balance by fixing the discord. Then desire. You can think of desire as the power source of motivation. It is like an energy coursing through the system trying to be claimed. You might describe it like tension until you are able to calm the tension. You will continue in a state of internal desire. Then incentive. Incentive are like rewards or punishment that give us a clue if we are going in the right direction to calm the inner tension we feel from a desire. If we are going in the right direction, we are rewarded by a sense that the tension is coming. For example, if you are hungry and you eat an apple, you become less hungry and have less desire to eat more. If you are going in the wrong direction, the inner tension increases, spurring us to change our behaviors. For example, if you are hungry and go for a run, your body will be even more hungry and best shut down before you have completed your run. Now, goal. When you have finally met a goal, it means you have calmed the storm of desire and in a state of balance again. So most of our motive have a cyclical nature. They are arouse, they trigger behavior which leads to goal, and finally after the goal is raised they are shut up. The behavior that is related to drive state is called instrumental behavior because it is instrumental in bringing about the goal of the satisfaction of needs. So that is a pictorial image of a stage of motivational cycle. The first sense of motivational cycle is driving state, simply called as drive. That this term is often used when the motive state has biological or physiological basis. It is regarded as impelling a person or animal to action. Drive can originate when an organism lacks something. Drive can also be aroused by environmental stimuli such as advertisement from newspaper, magazine, or television. For example, when someone sees a sexy picture in magazine, his sex drive is aroused. Besides all these factors, some cognitive factor like thought and memory can be triggered driving state. Very often term need is used to refer to the driving state. Drives can originate when an organism lacks something in its needs. This is on meaning of the word need. The need creates a drive state in the organism. It acts as if it pushes the organ to behave in a certain fashion to satisfy its needs. The second stage is motivational cycle is the instrumental behavior. It is instigated by the driving state. Thirst, for example, drive an animal to explore water. Sooner or later this behavior succeeds, thereby reducing the need and the drive state. In other words, the animal exploratory behavior is instrumental in finding water and reducing the thirst drive. When instrumental behavior is achieve its goal, the need is satisfied, there follow a temporary period of relief. This is the third stage of motivational cycle. For example, in thirst, lack of water in the body produces needs and a drive state, first stage. The organism has shown some explored behavior, second stage, and finally he quenches his thirst by drinking water. That is, reaching the goal, third stage. When the thirst is satisfied, motivational cycle is over, but when the needs of water will build up again, the organism will once more go through motivational cycles. Then, goal may be positive or negative. Food, sexual satisfaction, and championship are some of the examples of positive goals. These are goals which the individual approaches or tries to raise. On the other hand, negative goals are those which the organism tries to escape from or avoid, dangerous, unpleasant, and an embarrassing situation are some of the example if negative goals. However, goals depends upon the drives or needs which are active. Needs, drives and incentive. The terms such as need, drive and motive are frequently used interchangeably, but each term is distinguished from each other. Motive in a generic term which refers to any process, internal or external, involved in instigation, direction and termination of behavior. All voluntary responses involve motivation. Motivational process consists of first a drive state in the individual, B the behavior aroused and directed by the state, and C the goal towards which the behavior is directed. Then Abraham Maslow's hierarchy for needs. Maslow's hierarchy for needs is exemplary said that Maslow hierarchy of needs is a theory of psychology proposed by Abraham Maslow in his 1943 paper in Theory of Human Motivation in Psychological Review. Maslow subsequently extended the idea to include his observation of human innate curiosity. His theories parallel many other theories of human development psychology, some of which focus on describing the stage of growth in human. Maslow used the term physiological safety, belongings and love, esteem and self actualization, okay, and self transcendence to describe the pattern that human motivation generally moves towards. The goal of Maslow theory is to attain the sixth level of state, self transcend needs. Maslow studied what he called exemplary people such as Albert Einstein, Jane Addams, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Frederick Douglass. Then mentally ill or neurotic people, writing the study of crippled, stunned, immature, and unhealthy specimen can yield only a crippled psychology and a crippled philosophy. Maslow studied the healthiest 1% of the college student population. Maslow's theory was fully expressed in his 1954 book Motivation and Personality. The hierarchy remains a very popular framework in sociology research, management training, and secondary higher psychology instruction. So, we can also describe the hierarchy. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is often portrayed in the shape of pyramid, with the largest, most fundamental needs at the bottom and the need of self-actualization and self-transcendence of the top. The most fundamental and basic four layers of the pyramid contain what Maslow calls deficiency needs or D needs: esteem, friendship and love, belongingness, love needs, and security and psych needs, physiological needs. It's called deficiency needs or not met. Then we can describe elaborately the need also physiological needs. Physiological needs are the physical requirement for human survival. If these requirements are not met, the human body cannot function properly and will ultimately fail. Physiological needs are thought to be the most important. They should be met first. Air, water and food are metabolic requirements for survival in all animals, including humans. Clothing and shelter provide necessary protection from the element while maintaining an adequate birth rate. Shape, the intensity of the human sexual instinct, sexual competition may also shape said instinct. Safety needs. Once a person's physiological needs are relatively satisfied, their safety needs take precedence and dominate behavior. In the absence of physical safety due to war, natural disaster, family violence, childhood abuse, etc., People may re-experience post-traumatic stress disorder and transgender trauma in the absence of economic safety due to economic crisis and lack of work opportunities. These safety needs manifest themselves in ways such as a preference for job security, grievances procedure for protecting the individual from unilateral authority, saving account, insurance policies, disability accommodation, etc. This level is more likely to be found in children as they generally have a greater needs to feel safety. Safety and security needs includes personal security, financial security, health and well-being, safety net against accident, illness and their adverse impact. Then social belongingness and love needs. After physiological and safety needs are fulfilled, the third level of human needs is interpersonal and involves feelings of belongings. This need is especially strong in childhood, and it can override the need for safety as witnessed in children who cling to abusive parents. Deficiencies within the level of Maslow's hierarchy due to hospitalism, neglect, negligence, shunning, ostracism, etc., can adversely affect the individual's ability to form and maintain emotionally significant relationships in general, such as friendship, such as intimacy, such as family. According to Maslow, human needs to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance among their social group. Then, esteem. All humans have a need to feel respected. This includes the need to have a self-esteem, self-respect. Esteem presents the typical human desire to be accepted and valued by others. People often engage in a profession or hobby to gain recognition. These activities give the person a sense of contribution or value. Low self-esteem or inferiority complex may result from imbalances during this level in the hierarchy. Most people have need for stable self-respect and self-esteem. Maslow noted two versions of esteem needs, a lower version and a higher version. The lower version of esteem is the need for respect from others. This may include a need for status, recognition, fame, prestige, and attention. The higher version manifests itself as the need of self-respect. For example, the person may have a need for strength, competence, mastery, self-confidence, independence, and freedom. This higher version takes precedence over the lower version because it relies on an inner competence established through experience. Deprivation of these needs may lead to an inferiority complex, weaknesses, and helplessness. Then self-actualization needs, self-fulfillment and relies on potential. What a man can be, he must be. This condition forms the basis of the perceived need for self-actualization. This level of needs refer to what a people for full potential is and the realization of the potential. Maslow described this level as the desire to accomplish everything that one can to become the most that one can be. Individual may perceive or focus on these needs very specifically. For example, one individual may have the strong desire to become an ideal parent. In another, the desire may be expressed athletically. For others, it may be expressed in painting, picture, or invention. As previously mentioned, Maslow believed that to understand this level of needs, the person must not be as if the previous needs, they master them. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it is defined in 1970. It is first most basic level physiological needs such as the needs for food, water, safety and security. Second level needs of social interaction such as the need of belonging. Third level need of esteem, which include the need for or respect from oneself and others. Fourth level needs of self actualization or realizing one's full potential. So Maslow in last stage it is said that Maslow believed people pay attention to higher needs only when lower needs are satisfied. Okay, thank you for your passion. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. If you need any video, please you can subscribe our channel and comments or like our video. Okay, thank you.